partner.
Howdy. Is this what you just put me in?
Howdy, partner.
Hey, man.
Tonight we're here with Patrick, our newest Seraphic member, Kalen, our producer. So we've been doing a bit of recording tonight, haven't we?
Oh, we sure have.
How's recording been going?
It's been going good, man. This guy's got excellent timing, and he's a very easy chap to work with. And we finished up vocals last night, which is really cool.
Yep.
So
Vocals is polished.
Yep, pretty
Polished
much.
off.
Yeah.
We haven't polished the mix, have we?
Yeah, not yet. No,
You're
not
not
yet.
that good.
No.
Not yet.
Well, no, because like, you don't want to be mixing as you go anyway, because you lose sight of the forest for the trees and get too stuck in the weeds. So get it all recorded and then at the end mix it. And,
Yeah, sure.
So how's the guitars line going?
Oh, good man, good, you know. Chucked on some fresh strings this morning, and then,
How close are you to finishing it off?
We got one more session.
One
more session.
One
I
more
think.
session.
Hopefully one more session.
Done.
Yeah, and then we're all done.
He's done, and then that's it, right?
That's it. We got 2 solos.
Oh wait, no. Ralph's coming in. Ralph's got one more.
That
thing to
little
do,
bastard.
Yeah.
Okay. So, new boy, what's it been like being joining a fully fledged band, coming in like this, so much younger? I'm not surrounded by boomers anymore. I've got someone else on the team.
Yeah, it's fresh.
What's this
fresh
been like
meat.
for you?
Well, it's been really enjoyable and fun. All my other projects are sort of people that I did uni with, and they're mainly sort of all in my little age group, like 20, 21-year-olds. So jumping into, you know, the already established band with the oldies has been really fun and enjoyable, you know, getting to know what the bloody oldies talk about rather than what I talk about with my younglings.
Yeah, mainly industry super funds.
Oh, yeah, taxes and stuff, you know, like, you know, taxes and laundry.
Negative gearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it's been really enjoyable, yeah. And the music's fantastic, as well.
Alright, I'm going to bounce back and forth. So what's it been like working with everyone? I know I've been out of here for a while.
No,
Drummed ages ago.
That's true. You came in and we smashed out in like a day. No, it's been great. Everyone in the band's really easy to work with. Takes direction really well, which is cool. There's very little in the way of ego, which I really like. Like everyone just genuinely wants to do the best and make the songs sound great. And
so you
really
don't
cool.
you don't have to be a psychologist and deal with egos. So
No.
what are you doing as a producer?
Fuck all, man. Hit and record. No. It makes it fun because when you're not constantly dealing with egos, it means that you can put so much more effort and time into just the creation and the getting experimental with different things. And like, for example, like Sam and I like to, you know, play around with the harmonies a lot. Like she always comes in with a really strong lead vocal that she's got very strong ideas about, and they're pretty much set in stone. But with all the harmonies, we can get more creative and try different things and add layers and all that sort of stuff. So that's really fun. And like just now with the leads, we've been sort of like workshopping them as we go. You've sort of come in with like kind of the broad strokes of what you want to do, and then we sort of refine it from there, which I think is a really good way to go in general. It's like, as a producer, it makes your job a lot easier if it's like, if people have an idea of where they want it to go, but aren't super clenched onto that idea. You know what I mean?
So your influences have really made you the most unique member of the band. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about those?
Right, okay.
That's like you, man.
Yeah, well, you know, it started out mainly the classic rocker kind of stuff. So, you know, the Guns N' Roses, the AC/DC, and so, you know, all those classic rock guitarists, so they were all the inspiration for a lot of the time growing up. So I started out shredding it up on Guitar Hero, on the Wii, and that was like, that's literally how I started. And then Dad bought me like the really cheap like Fender Squier and little Bubby amp that you can practice on. And then I literally just like, you know, watch YouTube videos, listen to CDs, and then as I started doing my own thing and sort of buying my own shit, you know, upgrading, listening to different kind of music, I sort of started venturing into artists such as like Buckethead, So these guys know fucking heavy.
Yeah.
He won't shut up about it.
Oh, he's the best.
Because he's a very good guitar player. Genuinely.
True that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started going down those kind of that style. So more of the really fast, technical kind of stuff. And yeah, and then the metal music kind of crept in, you know, alongside that. And
I'm
then
gonna build off this because you're a big fan of your traditional sort of equipment, your
Yes.
tube amps and
yes.
your full pedal board.
Yes.
Not
indeed.
a digital bone in your
I
body.
am not a digital. I'm not a digital.
How's
person.
it been like getting him to use digital in this recording studio?
He's been good, honestly. Like I said, he's been really easy to work with. I mean, look, in a perfect world, if he had all the money and time to get shit done, we could sit down with amps and fuck around with sounds until the cows came home. But when you're on a budget and you're on a time crunch, it's like, and look, at the end of the day, as much as that stuff is fun, I'm sure even you can probably admit that the digital stuff's getting pretty damn close.
Yeah, this is true. Album 3.
Yeah.
We'll finally have
Just
it sold.
Yeah.
No digital, all microphones.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to admit, from a producing perspective, real microphones on cabs are easier to mix. It's not a drastic difference, but there is a difference there. So,
Anyway, so bouncing off that, what's it been like pulling all these inspiration of yours, all your style, and wrapping it around
Yeah.
not only the new music we've been coming up with, but the existing material? How's that been?
Well, you will hear some certain parts in the lead guitar throughout the album that you will associate with, you know, classic rock and blues. And as much as I would love to write like 1 minute solos of just fucking like, bluesy, pentatonics, like these guys, you know, encourage me to do some
Let's use some more exotic
exotic
scales.
things. So there are elements of Cool Beans' original, like Patrick inspiration stuff in there.
yeah, you ventured out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you got a bit of your own stuff, especially in soloing away at the end of Midnight.
Yeah.
How was that?
That's
That's a
sort
cool
of
solo.
that's kind of where I just take it down a little bit.
You're soloing, I'm soloing, we're all having a
yeah.
good time.
Yeah,
That's one to look out for. The Midnight, the end of it.
it's a cool song.
So would you say Midnight's been your favourite song, or do you have another favourite?
Oh well, you see, Midnight was my favorite initially. Like when I started learning, like
New
writing
material.
and learning all the parts for these new songs. Midnight initially was the banger and was my fave, but since getting all the parts down and nearly finished in the studio, I think either Break or Chrysalis have to be my two
We
favourite
talked a bit
songs.
about Chrysalis last week.
Yes.
What do you think's been your favourite you've heard so far?
There's a couple of very special moments on the album, but if we're talking about a whole song, it would have to be Chrysalis. It's definitely the song that says, "Fucking look what we can do," but without being pretentious about it. It's like
It goes on a journey.
it does. It's a real journey, and there's a real sense that you guys are kind of like pulling out all the stops without hamming it up too much. It's just this big, kind of quite epic feeling journey that you go on. It's really done. Like it's really well done. It's very it's very mature in its excesses, if you will, which I really like. So yeah, it's definitely
the excesses were tasty.
Yeah, that's right. And there's a couple of melodies and stuff in Chrysalis that just like last night when I was recording with Sam, she finished one bit and I was just like, God, I like that bit so much. So yeah, there's a couple of those moments on the album. But yeah,
What do you guys think is the most challenging for both of you as well?
In this, like on this album?
In
Or?
this album.
Kalen.
Okay. To be honest, from a producing perspective, it's always making sure that every choice that I'm making along the way is going to be serving the final product. You know what I mean? Like, I've got my own ideas about the way I think things should be done, but you know, you guys are a band that has a very clear vision as well. So it's like, it's just about walking that line between doing what I think is going to get the best overall sound and kind of staying within the guidelines that you guys like to set. And so there's, I mean, having done the first album as well, like I think it's fair to say that I'm pretty intimately familiar with the Seraphic sound. But and there's definitely some of that on this new album. Like there's, you know, like fans of the first album are definitely gonna like the second album. But you strayed away from some of that stuff enough that I felt like I had a challenge in bringing that stuff out while still staying true to the Seraphic sound. If
It's
that makes
really
sense.
grown.
Yeah, it has. Yeah,
the
for
writing,
sure. Yeah, of course.
the writing
I mean,
is so much thicker.
for sure. And I mean, part of that is just because as people get older, it's like you know, something I talk about a lot is that songwriting is a skill, just like anything else. And it's like the older you get, the more experience you get, the more songs that you write. There's this feeling of you start to kind of know what moves are going to be just a little bit tastier and sort of maybe what to stray away from, like what might have appealed to your younger self, but your older self is like, that's probably a bit hack or whatever. It's like, and so yeah, this new album, it's full of great songs that just really feel like they've stepped up.
Yeah. What about you? What's been your biggest challenge?
Oh, well, there's been multiple challenges, but I think two main challenges. One would be just starting with Chrysalis. I just hearing that song at its demo stage, I was really confronted. I was like, shit.
What have I got myself into?
What am I
There is
supposed to
so much at once.
There is so much in that song that is, you just have to listen to it to appreciate it in its entirety. But I was just approaching it from a completely incorrect point of view. So I just sort of, one day I sort of just scrapped everything that I had. I'd only gotten like 2 minutes into the song, and I sort of pissed everything off that I had, and I just started fresh, and I just sort of did much more basic kind of writing. Just stayed on sort of the root kind of chords.
Chill it out.
Just chilled it out. Just,
because there's already so much there
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
work with.
I was overcomplicating it.
Yeah, and that's always it, man. Like it's very rare that making things more complicated makes the song better. Like it's very rare.
100%.
Yeah.
Except for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I stripped it back and yeah, I think it's good now. Now I'm happy with the final outcome, to the point where it's one of my favourite songs.
Alright, so if someone's got a record they want to produce, what should they be doing?
That's a big question, man. Well, first of all, hey, how's it going? Hit me up.
Where can they hit you up?
Yeah, my name's Kalen. My website's just Kalen Austin, so KalenAustin, like the city, Austin.com. They can hit me up on there. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. But another answer to your question is be prepared. Because the more prepared you are, the better job we can do in here, and the more effectively we're going to be able to work, and the happier you're going to be with the outcome.
Be like Scar.
Scar? Oh, yeah! Yes! Be prepared! But yeah, anyone in Brizzy or around the world who wants to have their stuff mixed or produced or worked with, hit me up.
Alright, well, we're going to say adieu. Be sure to look out for us, subscribe here on YouTube, hit us up on Instagram, follow our Spotify. Who else's Spotify can they follow, Kalen?
Well, you can follow my band. We're called The Stranger. We're a local Brisbane band as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.